Yes, that's right, your Code King Zaf is back, and we're covering the brand new juicy artifact crafting event. Oh baby. The crafting event starts today and it can literally make or break your count, so listen up, because we have the best guides on YouTube, and to ensure I give you the best information possible, the video will be split up into 4 parts to ensure we get all the information out there. There will be timestamps on the video if you get lost, so don't worry, you can navigate through it. But number 1, we are going to talk about how the event works, and then number 2, we will discuss the best artifact sets to pick, and then 3, the specific artifact pieces to go for, because certain ones are easier to obtain with the proper stats of course, and then lastly number 4, we will talk about the best stats to go for, that way you know exactly how to craft the perfect artifact pieces. Now as you can see, here is the event and you can pick exactly the artifact sets you want, which makes it one of the best in the game. We have Curse, we have Toughness, we have all the sets you could ever need, but as you can see here, we jump in and we can pick the piece we want, armor or accessory pieces, and then we pick the main stat we want. So in this case, I did pick crit damage, and now we have to start unlocking the sub effects, that being the substats, and it's honestly a fairly easy process. The only issue is, we do have to use resources to reroll every single time. As you can see, we do get to pick one of these two. We can lock it in, and I locked in that one for now, but I do want to keep on rerolling until we get a perfect set of stats, so the event is fairly easy to navigate through. You just pick the set, you pick the piece you want, and then you pick the main stat if there's an option for it, because some of these stats are pretty much locked in. You can only pick a percentage or a flat amount, so those pieces are ones we want to avoid, which I'll cover later on. But as you can see, we just keep rerolling over and over again. We readjust our stats, ensuring we get the proper artifact pieces, which is not easy to get, but we can be hopeful of course. We have to keep on doing it over and over and over again. This time I do hope they remove the artifact chests we need to reroll our stats. It's pretty annoying. We already have to use our artifact chip ones, which is pretty expensive to begin with. As you can see, we're just grinding through those pieces one by one, going from 3,000 probably all the way down to 0, but we just keep doing this process until we get the piece we want with the stats we want, and then we lock it in, and then we press the confirm crafting button, which I'll show you in just a second here. So for example, we get one with okay stats as per boots. We have attack, we have more attack and defense penetration, so not too bad. The best I've gotten so far, and because I have so many tickets on me, I'm just going to lock this one in and show you how it works when we confirm our crafting results. So we press that lock in, we press confirm, and you can see here, once you press that, this pop-up comes, and then we use our ticket, but make sure you have some inventory space in your artifacts or else you will get that message. So don't worry, if you have no space, it does not go to your mailbox, it'll just tell you to try again, so we do have to salvage first, but that is the event. Let's cover the best pieces and sets to go for, that way you can make sure you pick the right artifacts in general before we jump into the stats of course. So let me show you that in game very quickly. And sorry everyone, very quick, if you want a bunch of free codes, make sure you go to link down below. This is Soul Loving Rise supporter program where I can send you a bunch of free benefits if you press this button here. It is 100% free. When you log in and link your account, you press this button and then you wait 24 hours, so a day. Then you go to the top right, you press the My Page button, you have to click it, and then this page loads up. You scroll down, my name should come up under My Support. It should say when you start supporting, and then you keep going down here, going down. This is where all the unique codes I send you will go, which you can redeem of course, once you support us. Right now we have 1,000 Essence Stone codes, we have Mana Power Extracts, we have Rune Chests, more Essence Stones, we have Web Shop coupons as well, gold and more, so make sure you support us that way, you do not miss out. It is 100% free, so do enjoy. And also a very big shout out to Nosy for when you first commented on our last video. Here is your shout out and enjoy that juicy exclusive Discord role. So right now there is 3 main artifact sets we generally go for when it comes to our DPS units. We have the Curse set, we have the Extra set, and also we have the Obsidian set. These are the best in the game right now. There's no better options. If I was new to the game, I would go for the Curse pieces and the Extra pieces, because Obsidian is just a bit more situational. It is more of an advanced set, so make sure you take note of that. The Extra set is way easier to use. You just jump in, make sure you proc your crits, and then over time, you keep building up stacks, so those 3 sets are pretty much the best. I mean, if we look at our other sets here, there's really not much to choose from that we should waste this very, very precious resource on. So we have the toughness set, no way. So analysis, no way. All the sports sets, no. The one-hit kill set, maybe. Only maybe, but there's only one unit that really uses it, that being Kane, so a 2-set piece of one-hit kill and a 2-set piece of curse is meta on her right now, but I just don't recommend it because we really can't use that set on every single hunter or even jinwoo, so it's better off you go with curse. Unless you really want to min-max a Kane, you can go with the one-hit kill set, but overall, I just recommend going with the curse set. It is way more versatile, but as we go down here, there's just really no sets we honestly need to craft here. So again, the curse set, the obsidian set, the outstanding ability set here, and then we have the extra set. These are the only 3 sets we have to craft to ensure we get the maximum value after the event. But now the question is, which pieces should you go for? Great question. We do have to jump into artifact pieces to answer that because if you notice, some of our artifact pieces do not have variable stats when it comes to the main stats here. So when it comes to our earrings, for example, the main stat does not change ever. It is always going to be additional mana. So boom, 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 additional mana. It never changes here. So don't worry about that. I do not recommend crafting any earrings. It's just not worth it. It is much easier to get a good earring than it is, for example, getting a good ring or a bracelet because the main stats are variable. You have a lot of options there. So if I press change, for example, and I go to the filter, main effects, we can get fire damage, water damage, wind damage, light damage, dark damage, and it is hard to get the proper main stat with the proper stats as well. This one I got from the last event, and I've been using it since, so that's why it is so important to pick the right artifact sets, but also the pieces as well. So I would recommend for me, if I was choosing artifact pieces, I would go for either the bracelet, the ring, the boots, or the helmet, because all these 4 pieces have variable stats when it comes to the main stats of our helmets. You can see if I press change, if I go to the filter, let me remove that, let me put curse in, for example, and then we go to the main stat, boom, we have attack, defense, HP, attack, defense, HP. They are variable. Same thing for our boots. If I jump in, we go to here, we go to main stats. All these are different stats we can get, so it is vital you pick the correct pieces because, I mean, you could pick a chest piece or a glove, it's up to you, but their main stats are not variable, so that makes the difficulty of getting a good piece just so much easier. So I do recommend, please, when it comes to your tickets, pick the artifact pieces that do have variable stats like your helmet, like your boots, like your bracelet, and your ring. These are your best options, but how about the stats? That's the main part here. It is so hard to make a good piece when it comes to the main stat alone, but how about these substats as well? So when it comes to jinwoo, for example, we're going to talk about him here. Now, for example, as you can see on this boot, we have damage increase, additional attack, crit rate, and attack. So what should you go for? Very, very, very tough question. I would say for jinwoo, your best options are to always focus on attack percentage, to always make sure you have enough crit rate, and to always get damage increase. You can also get additional attack, of course, but also defense pen is not bad. So you do have 5 stats to really pick from. It just depends on your main stats here. So if we jump in, you can see we have a lot of options to go through when it comes to the stats we need. Generally speaking, your crit rate does have to be a bit high. I would say between 8 to 10,000 is what you want to aim for. And crit damage as well on the accessory side or your boots. You want to go for 200%. And for defense pen and damage increase, it depends. For defense pen, unless we're facing a boss with a ton of defense, we don't really need too much because jinwoo does have Shadow Step, and we can use other means to get the target's defense down, so this stat isn't ideal right now. It is good to have that stat in depending on the game mode, but right now, we don't need too much. Damage increase, so it is so good. I want to maximize on this. I want it all the way to like 35%, 37% to get the most damage in as possible. So those are your main stats. So if I go back here, you do want to focus on attack percentage and not additional attack for jinwoo. For your hunters, based on testing for my guild members, it's not too bad to get 1 or 2 advancements in additional attack, but you do want most of them to be an attack percentage. It won't hurt, but the percentage route is better. This does include your hunters as well. When you go to +3 and +4, the percentage stat is just so overpowered. It is one of the best options out there, so do take note of that. When you are using your gloves, you want additional attack you do not want attack percentage, okay? Do note, because you can see here, the attack percentage value is so much higher than the main stat value could be. I believe the main stat value, if I have it here, let me check. No, none here. Let me change artifact so I can show you. If we go to a curse piece, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So burning curse supply. If we go to our gloves, you can see the percentage value right over here is 21.32%, when the percentage here is so much more. That's why it's vital to ensure your substats do have the attack percentage. That way, you can maximize on the bonus so much more. And when it comes to the substats here again, you can pick between crit rate, damage increase, defense pen, or flat attack. None of those will hurt. You just have to make sure you are balancing them. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other, but I would try to get as much damage increase in as possible. That is one of the best stats. So if I had to say certain stats overall, always try to get attack percentage and damage increase. That can maximize your damage very easily, because when it comes to your cores, you can get, let's say, your crit damage, you can get your defense pen, or even damage increase overall. So those stats are all pretty easily to manage. You want to go for attack though, attack percentage, flat attack. It makes it so much better on your artifact pieces to get as much attack in as possible, because we're more limited to those sources. We can't have a substat for our cores when it comes to these here. You are locked in for the attack on this one, and then all your other core pieces can no longer get attack, where we can get crit rate, damage increase, defense pen, and crit damage of course. So that's why I recommend getting at least as much attack as you can in for your artifact pieces to ensure you get a lot of attack, like my jinwoo here, over 50,000, oh baby. But anyways, as I was saying, when it comes to your pieces, just make sure you have at least 4 useful stats. Keep rerolling over and over again. You do not want to stop until you get 1, 2, 3, 4 good stats. You don't want damage reduction. This can ruin your artifact pieces. There's no point. You want 4 damage dealing stats. So if this was Thomas Andre, you would want, let's say, defense percentage or flat defense. Probably percentage though. It does work out just a bit better, especially once you start getting the bonus amounts here, when you get multiple additions on them, especially at that 3rd advancement or that 4th advancement as well. The percentage stat just goes crazy, but I digress. The focus is on the stats here, so damage increase, the main stat in the percentage value, the main stat in the flat value, and in defense penetration, crit rate, crit damage. Those are all good in any order until you get the proper stat loadout for your hunters and jinwoo, of course. But that was it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Again, just wanted to cover the sets you want, 3 sets in question, and the main stats and pieces you should go for. Very important. You do not want to mess up. It is so hard to get an artifact piece for the main stat, let alone the proper substats as well, so make sure you focus up and use your tickets for the crafting event wisely. But on that note, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like. Make sure to subscribe, that way I do know you want more content like this. But of course, on that note, do not forget to support us on Emerald's free support program. The link is down below, so you don't miss out on all those juicy benefits. This was your Code King Zaf, signing out.